Hi everyone, Shay from Grassroots Football Ventures. Just going to do a quick, quick or I don't know, 10-15 minutes, 20 post-match video on Runcorn Linnets vs Ashton United FA Cup third qualifying round. So it's ended, I've got 1-1. It's going to be a replay at Ashton, but I feel sick as a dog. We were winning there was 5 minutes time added on. They scored in the last minute of added time to snatch, actually at the death, almost the last kick of the game. They snatched a goal to take it to a replay. So I feel absolutely like I'm massively proud of all the players, but I feel so sick after that. Happens sometimes. Well, it happens to all clubs. So it's one that you just have to take it sometimes. And yeah, I'm hugely proud of all the players today in that game, and at least we will be in the draw on Monday. But I just keep thinking back to that game 2 years ago. Me and Candy first went to the Linnets versus Chorley Town in the second qualifying round, where we were, I know the goal wasn't as late, but we were winning 1-0 and they scored, I think, something like 72nd minute, and then we lost the replay like 3-1. So I'm not saying that the same will happen, but wow, less than a minute away from making history as the Linnets. I know the old or the original Runcorn ASC used to enter at the fourth qualifying round. They had made the first round proper, I think even the second round at times, but since we had to form a new club in 2006, a breakaway club, we haven't got to the fourth round. We've got to the third round twice, and obviously we were seconds away from making the fourth qualifying round. Oh man, it's horrible, Yes, they did have 3 or 4 corners at the end. Their keeper went up and they had a very 8-foot tall striker come on, so of course they were throwing everything at us, as you would do, but we just couldn't quite hold out. We nearly did, but it was just it's sitting there. Didn't deserve it. Okay. The first goal we scored, Ryan Brook, the Ashton fans were shouting he was miles offside. I think, consensus, it all happened very quick for me, but consensus was he was offside by quite a bit, so we were probably quite lucky really to be ahead. That probably was offside, it shouldn't have been given, so they'll argue that and say, well, maybe their very late goals cancelled that out, maybe in the round it has, and maybe a draw maybe is probably the fair result on the balance of play across the whole 90 minutes. But when you 1-0 up, of course, obviously we had thank you, it's my Cannibal Corpse cup, you can see it there, right, butchered a birth cup. When you 1-0 up, regardless of whether you're lucky or should or shouldn't be up, it's just, you always feel like you need a second goal. And there was a key moment right near the end. The keeper had come out of his box, as most keepers do, on the 1-0 down the 90th. They take the risk, and you may as well, because you do anything to get a goal when you've got nothing to lose. And we played a pass. The keeper had come out and we'd got it off the keeper, and we had to play a pass, but we played it straight back to an Ashton player, and if we'd have played it to one of ours, it would have been through on goal. I think it was Naeem had the ball and got it. I feel like he should have, I know it's easy to say lob him because he was still in his own half, but he could have tried maybe a lob or something, because there was obviously no one in the net. So that was maybe a slight turning point. Maybe that equaliser wouldn't have happened if we'd have done that. But it's always like ifs, buts, maybes. It's always like that in football. You always go, oh, if this, but that. So we're going to be replaying the game at Ashton Town's ground. So I don't know when that's going to be. I'm now confused. Is that going to be on Tuesday coming up, or the Tuesday after? I don't know. That's going to cause a lot of confusion. So I don't know when that's going to happen. Right, okay, yeah, on the balance, it's better than losing. We're still in it, so I try to take positives, but I just hope it's not like 2 years ago. I hope we don't go there and just like end up getting beat 3-0, 3-1 and all that. You know, like, I know it sounds negative, but people say history does or doesn't repeat it, so history does repeat itself. I feel like I just don't want to be like the scenario 2 years ago where we were, you know, couldn't hang on. I know they surely scored 2 years ago with obviously 20 minutes to go, but I just hope in the replay we don't just, and I said we won't obviously go over, you know, of course not, you know, we'll all roll, but being a midweek game, the travel, I just hope it's not one of them where you're kind of seconds in victory and then you replay it and then you just end up getting beat 3-4 nil, or you know, you just, it's completely the opposite where you just get beat easily. We've still got a chance though, you know. You've got to hold on to that belief that we're still in it. We're not out, but obviously it's another game, so we've got a replay here, and then we've got to replay the Bury game because that got abandoned because of the rain. It probably shouldn't have gone ahead, but they made the decision to let it go ahead, and then at half time they didn't really have a choice. They had to abandon it, so we got them too. I don't want to complain that we're in our cup competitions, because last year we went out of apart from the Liverpool and the Cheshire Senior Cup, we went out of every cup at the first hurdle. I think we went out of the Vaz Trophy at first hurdle, we went out of the FA Cup at the first hurdle. Obviously we got to the semi-final with Liverpool Senior Cup against Royal Breck. Obviously we won the Cheshire Senior Cup. So yeah, but you know, even if we got to the fourth round and we went out, I am proud anyway of all the players, but that whole, like, you just want to make history, like, you know, alright, to some people it might not be a big deal. They might think, oh well, the original Runcorn used to enter at the fourth round, but as the Linnets, you know, it would, reaching that, you know, just making history and going, oh, the first time you've got to the fourth round in the Linnets history, which is 19 years old, which is not very old, but that would be really something. And alright, I guess you've got to be positive and think, well, hang on, okay, you're still in it, but you're literally, when you're 40-50 seconds away, and you're like, it's just like literally that, or it was like 1 or 2 attacks you had left to defend, and just, I mean, it kind of like, it pinballed around, I think, and he just hit it and it went in the corner. It was a good strike, to be fair, but it's just, you know, it's horrible. And if we do go out in the replay, I'll be replaying that over and over and over and over in my head. I'm thinking, this will all be what if. It's like, you were like that close. But we've still got a chance, haven't we?
Yes.
We've still got a chance, you know. We're not out of it, and alright, Ashton can say they didn't turn up and didn't play well, but we really, really well. Yeah, the frustration is now, I don't know when this is going to be replayed. Is it this Tuesday, next Tuesday? We'll have to probably find out later or tomorrow. Oh God, it feels unfair sometimes, but I guess all fans say that when they're on the end of that. I know some people might question the added time. I was thinking that was going to be 5 or 6 minutes. Alright, there was a few stoppages, so being completely honest, 5 minutes was probably about the right amount. You would maybe argue 4, but yeah, I'd say 5 was probably about, on balance of stoppage, it was probably about right. So I'm not going to say like, oh, we got done because there was too much added time. Well, I think it was about right. We just didn't hold out in that last minute, and it's just horrible. It really is horrible when you can touch victory. It's like, but we knew they would push right to the death, and it was going to be back to the wall. But I felt like we just about done enough just to hold out. Yeah, we just. So yeah, the replay is going to be, well, whether it's this Tuesday or next Tuesday, it'll be right. Obviously if we did go through, obviously we would definitely forget about that, that wouldn't matter, but if we do go out, it's going to be, I'll just be going back to that moment, and that'll be like the moment that we lost that round, will be that. You know, like the National League teams come into it in the fifth. In the last round of qualifying. National League is the fifth tier of English football. It's the first level of non-league. So if the draw came out and it said like a National League team against Runcorn in its way, and then I'd be looking at a draw thinking, oh no, if only we'd not conceded that, we would have been confirmed as playing this team and we'd be going away to it. But it's just bollocks. It's a fucking minute goal. Absolutely. I felt all players out there were absolutely amazing. Players, the subs, and you know, I'm so proud of them. I felt they deserved better than that. But sometimes you don't always, you know. I know they get what you deserve, but sometimes when you're trying to hold out, it just it happens a lot. You know, you see how many goals do you see teams score like on 95th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 900th minute and more. To be honest, I know there's been a lot of controversy about replays in FA Cup games because from the third round onwards they're now being scrapped, and I know there's been a lot of uproar. This might sound controversial, but I'm glad they've scrapped them because it just creates fixture pile-ups, and whether I just think settle it on the day. That was 1-1. I honestly, if I had the choice between the replay and penalties, I'd say just take it straight to penalties, because now we've got to wait for another date, and then you've got to get up there, and then you've got to play the whole game again, and I'd rather just settle it on penalties, whether we went out of it or not. A bit like the FA Trophy, you know, just take it to penalties, you know. I much prefer that, because at least it would be settled then, so you would know one way or the other. Whereas we'll be in the draw, but we've then got to replay the whole fucking game again. And then the fans that do go, like, got to make their way up there. And it's in a midweek, people have got work, and they're going to have to work, and then next day I think they should just take it to penalties. And for me, in the qualifying rounds anyway, a replay serves no purpose whatsoever. You know, you don't get much money in the qualifying round, so the whole extra finances, we're not going to get any more money for this replay, really. And I think it's, pardon my language, I think it's retarded to do a replay at qualifying levels. You know, obviously Ashton will be like, obviously because of the circumstances they'll probably feel like they've won it, and they'll think, oh great, we're going to get them at their ground now, we're going to win, we've got home advantage. And if I was an Ashton fan, I'd feel exactly the same. I just, it's a combination of like, you know, you've got to wait for this next game, and then you've got another fixture pile up, so the Bury game might get pushed back, and then our league games are all them, and just settle it on the day. I really wish the FA qualifying round to just say no replays, settle it there and then, home or away. And I know not everyone's going to agree, that's fine, some people disagree, that's fine, because people have different opinions, and that's what football is about. Not everyone agrees with things, but as long as we're respectful, that's fine. But yeah, gotta play this bloody game again, and then I just hope for God it's just not going to be a rollover for Ashton, where they don't just win easily, and it's like goes down like a lead balloon after us being that close to winning. You know, like if we do well, I think we've still got every chance, of course, but I think really after the effort we've given everything, and we've literally could touch you imagine a finishing line with the tape, you could touch the tape as you're about to cross the line, and that you've tripped right at the very last millimetre. So every chance, but you know, but in a way, I know I should think more on the lines of we're still in it, you know, and you take encouragement from that performance, of course, but obviously part of it is, say for example, say if we do play Tuesday, we'll only get Sunday, Monday rest, and it'll be having to travel up there midweek, so you think the rest recovery time is going to be far less, you know, so a lot of the guys might just be in work earlier and then they've got to travel up later, so you know, you've got to factor all that, and then obviously it sounds like you're making excuses, getting our excuses in before if we lose that, but you know, it does play a part, but yeah, unpopular opinion, get rid of replays at all rounds, not just the third round, first, second, and then all the qualifying rounds, just scrap them. Qualifying rounds, they've got no purpose whatsoever. If we earn any money from this replay, then I would love to know how much money we'll actually get if for this replay, if anyone argues that, oh well, replays of qualifying rounds is a financial incentive, because I don't know how much we'll get, you know, it'll definitely cost the fans petrol money there and back, or however they get there and getting in and that to go there, but whether the club itself will receive any extra money, like if they do, then fair enough, but I can't see get any more. Sorry if you hear any noise, that's the air fryer putting some food in. But yeah, I don't know, it's been, enjoyed going out. I'm glad the weather's gone cold. I put the heating on finally, because it's got getting colder, nearly winter time, but we like winter, we don't like summer. But no, my popular opinion is fuck replays, get rid of them at every fucking level. Sorry, I know it's like I'm ranting, and I'm only speaking for myself, I'm not speaking for anyone else. Settle it on the day, penalties, whatnot. Penalties, we go all the day, at least it's done, it's over with, but now we've got to be like, oh right, you've got to rearrange another fixture with the FA. Seriously. I don't like the FA anyway, a bunch of corrupt bastards. You say one thing as a footballer, it's like, oh, you're being investigated by the FA for saying something they don't like. We're a bunch of pricks, the FA, end of the day, they're just anonymous. These people that work for them, they don't even show their face, do they? They're just a bunch of briefcase wankers in suits who don't ever show their face, people that aren't even football people, they're not people that have ever played the game professionally or at any level, they're just dickheads who like probably don't know anything about the game, you know. Honestly, I think if I was a footballer, I'd probably get in trouble lots of times at the FA, so I'd tell them what I think about them and go, being investigated. So I think the FA have got their favourites anyway, who they like to win. Right, I'm going to end this in a minute to, yeah, apologies for the language, or I'm bad, I just, sometimes frustration can be hard to sort of, I don't know, manage, but obviously I'm massively proud of all the players, Brad, all the coaching staff, everyone at the club, you know, I'm so proud of them, and you know what, if we go out in the replay, I'll still be hugely proud, you know, we'll have equalled our best ever run in the FA Cup as the Runcorn Linnets, not as Runcorn AFC, as the Linnets. Will have equalled our best run, and that'll be the closest we've ever been to the fourth qualifying round as the Linnets. I know to some it won't sound like much, it'll just sound like you're clutching at straws, but you know, I'll still be proud, and either way, you know, it's just, as you say, sometimes when you don't get a second goal, it can happen, you know, and we almost got the second with Scott hitting the angle of post and bar, very unlucky, and we were so close. That second just, well, my prediction was a 1-0 and it was almost correct apart from the last minute of added time. Yeah, sorry sometimes I feel like I just waffle on. It's funny, I look at the time on it, I think, my God, have I been talking for that long? Surprised anyone has a mental capacity to listen to this. They probably think, God, I can't, or they just fall asleep because it's so boring. Oh well, we'll see what happens with the rearranged dates, when that's going to be, whether it's this Tuesday or the Tuesday after. Good job I write stuff in this fucking calendar we've got on the wall. Otherwise I forget half the shit that goes on. Right, but yeah, I'm really proud of the Linnets, proud of all the guys, and honestly I'm feeling pain, guys, and I know how you'll be feeling, how Brad and Rob will be feeling. You know, remember the guys, you did amazing, and remember you've still got a chance on Tuesday, you're still in it. And sticking my neck on the line, you can still do it Tuesday. Whether you're up against it or not, you're still in it. Still do it. You know, still believe you can do it. Whether it's not be sounding deluded or not, you can still do it, guys. Every single one of you were fantastic today, and you should hold your head up high and be very proud of your performance. Really good, you know. I was proud of you all. I was just gutted for you all at the end. I felt so sick. But, you know, sometimes it happens as a football supporter. You know, we all go through it sometimes, and I think no wonder people's mental health gets affected sometimes with football. Oh God. Right, I'm gonna end now. Hope everyone that went had a good time, and I understand others if you feel the same, but you know, we'll be there hopefully at Ashton whenever the rearranged game is, and we'll just pray that we can do it. But we'll see. But yeah, take care everyone, have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll speak to you soon everyone. Take care.